Hi. How you doing? What's going on? Welcome to the replay. Welcome to Daily Fuel. My name is Bobby. It always takes the first minute to just get acclimated to this nonsense of bright lights and crap everywhere. How's it going? Welcome to the replay. If you are in the replay, unlike Kirsten, then let me know that you're in the replay. You can write a hashtag. You can write hashtag replay, hashtag replay person, hashtag replay because I am not in the live. I don't know. I write anything. Make one up. They're humorous to me, and I enjoy them. If you're joining live, then you can also write a hashtag if you want to, but that's not required. Start commenting. Let me know that you're here. I see that Kirsten is here. Your comment showed up today. I don't know what happened yesterday, but you said right on time, hello, Bobby and everyone. Well, there is no everyone else, so it's just me. It's just me and you. How you doing? Well, it does say two people. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if the second person would like to say hello. I don't know. I'm sure more people will show up. There we go. There's more people. So yeah, if you're joining live, then you can comment the whole time. I'm going to go through my spiel, and I'm going to ignore all the comments. And when I'm done with my spiel, I'm going to come back. I'm going to read the comments. And there's Ray. Hi there. Hi there. How are you? It's always interesting to me. I never know day to day if it's going to be one of those days where like 57 people show up all at the same time, and it's like the hello comments just go on, and then other days I'm at like 2.5 minutes, and there's like one person here, and then they show up later. It's like, do you guys plan this, or are you all just on your own? Whatever. And Crimson is here. Hello, Bobby. Hello, friends. Hello, Crimson. How are you? Nice to see you as well. Let's get started. That's almost 2.5 minutes. That's plenty of time for people who want to see this to get their asses here. So screw them. Let's go. Daydream all life long. First I called this one Daydream all day long, and then I changed it to life because it's not just one day. It's like all day long, every day, all day long, all life long. It's like I talk about energy work all the time. Energy work is the daily work that we do to meditate, to get into the flow, to connect to source, however you like to say it, whatever it works for you. The semantics aren't important, but basically we are spiritual beings having a human adventure, and in order to connect to that spiritual part of us, the energy work is what I call the work that we do every day to do that. And however you do it is fine by me. But what if we just never stopped doing it? What if the energy work was just what we did all the time, broken up occasionally by things that require our attention to current reality? Because most things don't require our attention to current reality. In fact, I would submit that most of the time we're not even really paying attention to current reality. We're paying attention to a future or a past that we're worried about or regret. That's really what we're paying attention to. We're not like, well, I can't daydream and think about what I want because I'm busy and I have to work and I have to do this and I have to do that. Yeah, but while you're doing those things, you're not paying attention to them all the time. And think about it. You're driving to work, or you're shaving, or you're showering, or whatever, right? Or you're doing things. It's like, we don't really pay attention that much to the tasks at hand. We are constantly worrying. Our mind is going insane with worry and regret, usually worry, about like, oh my God, if I don't take care of that thing, then I'm going to have to take care of some other thing, and then that other thing is going to happen, and blah, right? I mean, that's what we think about. That's where our thoughts are all the time. What if we didn't do that? What if we stopped doing that? What if instead we daydreamed? Because we already are daydreaming. We're just daydreaming in the negative. You know what that's called? That's called worrying. But daydreaming in the positive is called daydreaming, and it's happy and it's fun. And when you get into it, you're in the flow. So it's sort of it's daydreaming without the ego. It's daydreaming without the how am I going to do that and when's it going to happen? All that stuff goes out the window, and instead we're just focused on the end result, and it's like, wow. That's awesome. That's what a daydream is. So how can we do it? I got 3 ways. There's more than three, I'm sure, but I thought of three. And those are the three I'm going to tell you. The first is what I call stealing time. Now, this, I came up with the concept of stealing time for marketing with entrepreneurs, and I realized today, let's steal time for this instead. It's way better. And what I used to say to entrepreneurs is you need to market yourself, you need to work on your branding and stuff like that. Well, you can steal time to do it because a lot of times it's hard to find the time to do those tasks. So I would say steal the time. Like if you're, at the time, my kids were littler and they would take the bus home from school. So I would go outside and I would wait for the school bus. While I was outside on the curb waiting for the school bus, I would be on Twitter or Facebook doing some marketing work. So that was stealing time. Or if you're online at the grocery store or something like that. These were some examples that I used for stealing time for marketing. But forget about marketing. Get off of Facebook, not my group. Get off of Facebook, get off of all this other shit, and just get in your head and daydream. What if we stole time to daydream? We're already doing it to worry. Let's take all the time that we worry and put it into daydreaming instead. What if while you were standing at the curb waiting for your kid to come home on the bus, or while you were standing online at the bank or the grocery store or the deli waiting for them to call your number, right? Instead of worrying or instead of thinking about where you are, because really you're not, you're worrying. What if we daydreamed? What if you started making it a habit to steal time and daydream? Every time you're doing a mundane task, start daydreaming. Every time you catch yourself worrying, you now have to daydream to counteract it, right? What if you did that? Oh man, I've been worrying for the past 1 minute. Well, now daydream for 2 minutes and now you are ahead of the game, okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start stealing time all the time during the day where our attention is not absolutely required. We're going to daydream. And if you find yourself worrying, then don't kick yourself in the ass. Don't beat yourself up. Don't be like, oh, I did it again. Just be like, oh, I did it again. Change to daydreaming. That's it. That's all you got to do. And then daydream. Maybe even have a daydream like ready to go. Like for me now, I'm working on I'm just going to tell you something really quick. I had a conversation with a group member yesterday after my live about making movies and submitting them to get into theaters and all this stuff. And now my daydream is going to be the movie that I'm making because I've decided, I'm going to talk about this in a different live and in different posts, but I feel like I've been kind of diluting even my daydream. And so the dream really is to make a movie. So now it's like my go-to is just opening night. That's my daydream. Every time, and I've decided this, every time I find myself worrying or every time I want to steal time to daydream, I'm just going to have a go-to daydream, and it's going to be opening night. The red carpet, opening night at the theater. That's what it's going to be. This way I don't even have to think about, well, what can I daydream about? It's going to be opening night at the theater. Why? Because it's amazing. And I have no idea how to get there, but, that's the point of a daydream. You don't have to know how to get there. You just have to know you want to be there because that's what makes you feel happy. Guess who knows how to get there, right? They know how to get there, or he or she or whatever you like to call it. They know how to get there. They will show you how to get there, but you have to do the work to get there, and the work is not, the work is daydreaming, is imagining, is envisioning, right? Because number 2, life is what you think about. Life is what you think about. If your life is mediocre, it's because we're constantly daydreaming and worrying, daydreaming and worrying, daydreaming and paying attention to this crap, daydreaming and worrying, daydreaming and worrying, worrying and worrying and worrying and worrying, and daydreaming a little bit and worrying. That's what we do. Right? We do it all the time. Worrying is just daydreaming with your ego because your ego doesn't know how to get to the red carpet and the opening night of the movie. Your ego just goes, that's way too big for me. Why don't we just make a thing that you know how to do and put it on a YouTube channel and get 100 subscribers? I know how to do that. Great, but that sucks. It doesn't suck, but it's not what I want, you know? So real daydreaming is pure, it's happy, and, like I said, our current reality is manifested thought. It's what we've been thinking made manifest. Here it is. This is what I've been thinking all these years. It's this, right? Is this what I want? No. Why do I have it? Because I've been daydreaming and worrying. Well, what if I stopped worrying and started daydreaming more? This will turn into this, and then I'll be on the red carpet, and one of these days I'll be like live daily fuel from the red carpet of my movie premiere, and you'll all be like, son of a bitch. Number 3 is that daydreaming has a cumulative effect. So does worrying, by the way, but daydreaming has a cumulative effect. And I would suggest that daydreaming has a more powerful cumulative effect than worrying, because there's only a law of attraction. And when we worry, we're worrying about things we don't want. So we're starting to attract like the lack of what we want with that. But when we're on track, when we're in the flow, because you can't really get in the flow of worrying. You're not like, oh yeah, this is great. Oh, that's going to suck when that happens. And oh man, I can't wait. No, we don't get in the flow of worry. We just go like, right? But when we're in the flow of our daydreaming, of our envisioning, of our imagination, when we're in the flow of that, the power just amplifies from us. We are now attracting we're not attracting crap. We're just blocking the good stuff when we're worrying. We're not attracting shit. We're just blocking the good stuff. But when we're daydreaming, when we're envisioning, when we're imagining, we are now like the gates are down. Let the flood begin. Just throw it all at me at once. That's what daydreaming does. And repetition and consistency brings success. Breathe. Okay, good. That was fun. Let's see what you guys have to say. Ty. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Ty. How are you? Nice to see you. Ray. Stumples. What are stumples? I don't know what that means. I like that. I like it too. I don't know what I said that you're referring to, but I'm sure whatever it was great. And it was probably the whole thing. You just like everything that I said, right? Here's a Facebook user. Hi, Bobby. Hi. How are you? Who is this? It's Mark. Hey, Mark. How are you? Mark is new to the group and doesn't know about the Ecamm link. Mark, if you look at the description to this post, the last paragraph says that I'm using Ecamm Live to go live and stream into the group. I can't see any of you guys in the comments unless you click that link and give Ecamm Live permission to show you to me. Otherwise, because I'm not looking at Facebook right now, I'm looking at my streaming software. So if you could click that link, I will. I'll tag you with it later in case you can't find it. But welcome to the group. Welcome to Daily Fuel. Great to see you. Hello. Kirsten says, daydream sounds like time hopping. Yeah, it is. It's a different way of doing it, right? So what did I say? My go-to daydream now is the premiere of my movie. Okay, great. Let's talk about this in terms of just a general daydream and talk about it in terms of time jumping, right? Or time hopping. That's a great word too. However you like to say it. They're both right. Mine's better, but yours is good too. So the general daydream is just, I could just imagine the event. I could just imagine the event. I'm not talking to myself. I'm just there, So the general daydream is just like, here I am on the red carpet. I got my eyes closed because I'm imagining this. And I'm on the red carpet and then we go into the movie theater and I can make it as big and elaborate or just like in general as I want. I could imagine everything, like the people interviewing me or walking in with holding my Oscar, or I don't know how you win an Oscar before the movie premiere, but let's pretend, right? Or or sitting in the theater and the lights go down and the movie starts. I can imagine any and all of this. This is all just a daydream, and I can just play it in my head like a movie. Right? That's or I could time jump. I could daydream a time jump where now I'm talking to myself. What's a time jump? A time jump is when you imagine going forward in time, meeting yourself, your future self who's figured all this crap out, and you say, "Hey, what's up? Looking good. How'd you do it? What's the rhythm of where you are? What does it feel like? Not how did you do it? What does it feel like now that you've done it? What does it feel like? What does it feel like to have this movie coming out? What does it feel like to be on the red carpet? What does it feel like to that this is your life now?" And then just imagine what the answer is. What's the answer? Because talk to yourself. You're talking to yourself. You can do that. Talk to yourself. What would future you say to you? Well, it feels amazing. It feels great. It feels absolutely astounding. It's a dream come true. You don't have to worry about your future self in your time jump daydream is not going to tell you, well, tomorrow make sure you call Joe because Joe's got all the answers. No, that's not how it's going to work. There's not going to be a step-by-step game plan. It's going to be a feeling. Feel like this. It feels like this. Now go back to present, come out of your daydream and practice feeling like that. How do you feel like that? Daydream. Because daydreaming feels like that. This is what I'm talking about. We are constantly doing mundane tasks. We're online at the store or something like that. We're even driving. I mean, yeah, you got to pay attention to driving, but do you really pay attention to driving? I got to do the blinker now. Is it this one or this one? I can't remember. No, we just drive, or you're on the train or you're traveling anywhere. If you've been doing it for a little while, once you do it half a dozen times, you know how to do it. You can daydream while you're doing it. You're talking to somebody on the phone or right. Are you really listening to people? You're daydreaming. Well, daydream about something good. Make it good. Is this Mark? Sorry, I love this concept of stealing time. Yeah, stealing time is a great one because and if you make it a habit, if you think of it all the time, how can I steal time today? Think ahead of your day, right? I'm home all the time, so it's hard for me to think ahead. But if I know that I'm going, here's the thing for me: if I know that I have to get in the car and go somewhere, that is a stealing time moment. For me, I do not go anywhere in the car. I don't listen to music in the car when I'm alone. I know that when getting in the car and driving is daydream time. That's what it is for me. It's either time jumping time or daydreaming time. And usually I will daydream out loud in the car because I don't give a shit if people are looking at me and I'm talking. I got earbuds in anyway, so this way it looks like I'm on the phone. but it doesn't matter. You know what? It doesn't matter if people think you're weird. I don't have earbuds in the car, so it looks like that. I have earbuds in when I'm going for walks in the park. I mixed up two stories. I'll go for walks in the park, right? And when I do that, that's daydream and stealing time. And I'll put earbuds in. This way I can talk out loud, and it just looks, and if anyone sees me, it looks like I'm on the phone. But if I'm in my car, I'll just talk out loud. And I'll daydream out loud, because when I do it out loud, I can stay on track. If I do it in my head wanders, and next thing you know, my ego shows up. It's like, hey, remember me? Let's worry about some shit. And I'm worrying about some shit. So I do it out loud because my ego can't interject when I'm talking. Do you notice I don't really go into my ego phase when I'm doing Daily Fuel? If this were telecommunication, no. Telekinesis? No. Telepathy, that's the word. If this were telepathy, I'd be like egoing all over the place because I can't stop the ego in my head from joining in the conversation. But the ego doesn't have a mouth. I don't speak the ego. Do you ever think things from your ego and then say them out loud and they just sound ridiculous? It's like, what are you worried about? Well, I'm worried that the blah, 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 blah. Really? Yeah. I don't know why I'm worried about that. That sounds dumb. I don't know why. Now that I've said it out loud, it just sounds ridiculous. But when you're saying it over and over in your head, it sounds completely plausible and the end of the world. I love this concept of stealing time. Cool. Focus on your goal. Let's see. That's probably Mark. Yeah, and then that next couple are going to be Mark as well. Good. So Mark says, focus on your goal. Yeah, so I think you're referring to have a go-to daydream, right? Because if you just say, oh, I should be daydreaming, well, then suddenly your ego is going to jump right in. Well, I don't know what to daydream about. Yeah, me neither. And then now you're just like, what should I daydream about? Blah, blah, blah. Because it's all in your head. But if you have a go-to daydream, and if you can be in a position where you can daydream aloud, then do it. And then steal time. I know if I'm going for a walk or I'm getting in my car, those are steal time moments. Or if I'm going to the store, I'm going to walk around the store thinking of stuff. That's why my family makes fun of me, because I'll go to the store to get something. I will go into the store. I will make a beeline for the thing I need. I will get it. I will pay for it. And I will leave. I don't walk around looking at crap because I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about what I'm thinking about. This is stealing time. Stealing time. We become a magnet for the dreams to come true. Yeah, we do. We are always a magnet to something. You're a magnet to whatever you're thinking about. So what are you thinking about? Are you daydreaming? Or are you worrying? We gotta stop doing that. My stump people, stumples. Oh yeah, I like your stump people. They're really, really cool. Is that what? Oh, that's what fills your daydream. I get it. I understand where you're going now. Got it. All right. So you're always daydreaming about your stumples. Perfect. You've got a go-to. Oh, because I said you need a go-to, and you said my stumples, and I didn't know that. I always do daydreaming. LOL. Good, Mark. That's great. I mean, I think as far as like an artist group is concerned, the concept of daydreaming itself should not be like, what are you talking about? That's weird. No, we're all very imaginative and creative. What I'm saying is do it on purpose. Make time for it. Schedule it into your day. Know that while, you know what, I got to do this. I got to do this thing for work now, but I do most of this. It's just like, it's a lot of monkey work. You know, if you're doing monkey work at work, then you probably don't need to put all your attention into it. And you probably don't. You probably already don't, except what you're doing is, God, I hate doing this. I can't wait to get out of this stupid job. I can hate working here. Oh, there's Melissa. I hate that fucking bitch. That's what we do. Why are you doing that? Stop doing that. Instead, do this. Wow, I can't wait for my movie to start. Oh my God, this is going to be amazing. Right? The problem with daydreaming, though, is that sometimes you make, I can't wait for my movie to start. And then you're like, yeah, that movie's going to be amazing. Oh, man. Oh, it's going to be great when I'm on the red carpet. Oh, yeah. Oh, I got the Oscar. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, wow, look good. Oh, I like that suit. Yeah, looks good. Oh, I lost weight. Nice. Yeah. And then, you know, now you're not working. So you got to do both. But, and then you get fired, and then, you know, that's the end of that. But, so don't do that. Keep doing the monkey work, but, you know, pay attention to what you're thinking about is what I'm talking about. I love driving in silence. Yeah, me too. You know how it happened for me is we got a new car this year, but my old car we got it new when my son was born, and he's 15. So you know, it was new then, but at some point along the line, the radio broke, the electric crapped out somewhere, and the guy who was fixing my car at the time was like, I can't fix that, and it just never got fixed. So for the last several years, there's been no radio in the car. Now we got this new car, and it's got Sirius, and everybody's happy, and it's like, get in the car, and the music's got to be on immediately, and blah, 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 whenever we go out as a family. But I still drive the other car by myself. And whenever I go out by myself, or even if I drive the new car, I don't turn on the radio when I'm by myself, because I know getting in the car, it is now a habit. This is time I am stealing for my daydream. Not always, Stumples, but I can't let you in on my other daydreams. Okay. Hey, you know what? Those are cool too. And the daydreams don't have to be about your vision for your life, your most perfect thing. They can be mundane, they can be sexual, they can be anything at all, as long as they're positive. If they're positive, that's great. If you're worrying, that's not great. Oh, Kirsten says, a lot of times if I'm becoming anxious, I will simply just think about what my next painting or soap would be. There you go. I think about the color. I think about the subject, ingredients. It's like grounding myself to my purpose. Awesome. So you're using daydreams as a grounding mechanism. I like that. It's like, so what happens? You find yourself worrying about all this crap that's all over you that you have no control over. You can't fix this. You can't do that. You don't know the answer to this. You don't know how to do that. But what do you know how to do? I know how to make my soap. My next one's going to be with this ingredient, or it's going to be this color, or it's going to have this scent or fragrance. My daughter yells at me sometimes, not yells at me, laughs at me because I use the word scent, but sometimes I'll say the word flavor when I mean scent or something like that. And obviously, soaps don't have a flavor, but you know what I'm saying. That was a little me joke. Nobody's gonna care about that. But yeah, so that's great for you, because now what you're doing is you're grounding yourself. You're bringing yourself back to your own purpose and vision, which is build the bigger thing. Your purpose in life isn't to make that next bar of soap, but that next bar of soap is a brick in the wall that is your building, right? The thing that you're creating for yourself. So that's awesome. I like that way of going about it as well. All right, we're done. Have a good night. I will see you guys tomorrow. We're on. Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, I'll be here. Saturday, I won't be here, and Monday I won't be here. So tomorrow will be the last Daily Fuel this week, and then we'll be back on Tuesday. And so that's that. Kirsten, you have another comment. I do miss commuting to the office. That was what I would cal. That was what I would cal. Is there another one coming? Did you Robin this comment? Is that what you did? Did you pull a Robin on me? I'm gonna give you a Is there a comment coming? No? Okay, maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Well, let's see. Here it is. That was what I would call my danctuary. Oh, you're like typing real fast trying to get it in there. I'm done typing. Very good. Robinson, Kirsten, you were Robin. I mean, you weren't here, and Kirsten took over for you. She started a comment, hit submit halfway through the comment, and then typoed the other half. So there you go. Robin, this comment. Very good. So Robin swooped in at the very last moment and got the booby prize. Guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful night or day or whatever it is. Thanks. Bye-bye.